I'm struggling with frizz and wild hair. I thought my new hairdryer would be a win, but it's worse since I started using it. Can you help me? Yes, Pam, we can. You're doing yourself an injustice by making your face look older. One of my trade secrets is definitely if you took a little bit off the ends, automatically it's going to make your hair thicker and a little bit bouncier. This is already doing so much for her face. I call it almost like a little bit of a facelift, and voila. So this customer is really struggling with her frizzy hair, and she wrote us in an email, and I'm going to read it to you all now. This is Pam. I'm struggling with frizz and wild hair. I love my hair when it's blown out by a professional stylist with clean products, but I'm struggling presently with my hair. I thought my new hairdryer would be a win, but it's worse since I started using it. Can you help me? I've watched the YouTube on how to blow dry my hair, but it's definitely not working. I also bought the extra attachment with this dryer, but it's almost impossible to use. Can you help? Yes, Pam, we can. Hey guys, I'm Beau Dieda, and I've been a hairstylist for over 15 years. I'm in Hollywood currently, and I've worked on everyone from your everyday woman to your red carpet goer. I've worked on every different hair type and texture, and I'm super excited to be here with SRI Lab. So in this segment, you guys are going to learn what not to do with your hair that is going to age you guys. So stick around. We're going to give you all the tips and tricks that you need. So the SRI team received hundreds of emails of women looking to do something more youthful with their hair, reaching out to see what kind of tips and tricks that we could give them to give them that really young and youthful look. And we found Pam. Hey Pam, so the first thing that I noticed about your hair is that it could definitely use a trim. One thing with hair texture, especially as we age and grain, it starts to get a little bit wiry and a little bit unruly. So if you took a little bit off the ends, automatically it's gonna make your hair thicker and a little bit bouncier. So Pam, by looking at your picture, I'm just taking a wild guess here, but to me it looks like you are mostly gray, and with gray hair comes a different texture, right? It's gonna be a little bit more wiry and a little bit more frizzy. One of the best things that you can do for your hair at that time is invest in treatments. What a treatment will do, it'll lock in your cuticle and really help seal down so that when you're using your hairdryer and your boar bristle brush or your ceramic brush, you're gonna really be able to get that nice, smooth hair. So my second tip, if treatments are not for you, I would really recommend investing in a really good anti-frizz spray. This is gonna not only act as an anti-frizz to keep the humidity out of your hair, but also a heat protectant. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna blow dry it from 50% wet with a really good either ceramic or boar bristle brush and really high heat, and make sure you're angling your blow dryer down so you're really sealing that cuticle and really stretching and smoothing. Another option as you're growing out your beautiful gray hair, it's really important to still see a stylist in the salon for some really great conditioning treatments, because as I said before, you know, the texture of the gray hair can be a bit coarser and something that you're probably not used to. Another great tip that you can do in the salon that is super complimentary to your hair is just doing a simple gloss, which is gonna add a little bit of toning to your hair, but most of all, it's gonna add shine and it's gonna help seal the cuticle, which will help with your blow dry and having less frizz. One of my trade secrets is definitely extensions for those of you that do wanna keep a longer youthful appearance with that long hair. I love to add extensions just to make sure that it's really nice and full. Side note though, as well, if you do want to keep it shorter but your hair is just a little bit finer or a little bit thinner and you really want to have that fullness, just a couple pieces of extensions in the side will do wonders for you. As well as I love to use the SRI Dry Q to give the hair some volume. I love to take my round brush and really take that mohawk section and round brush all the way back with a really good volumizing spray or with some mousse, and really heat up that round brush, hit it with the cool button for at least 5 to 10 seconds, and then you're gonna have beautiful volume on the top of your head. So thinning hair obviously changes the way that your face looks, right? When you're younger and feeling a little bit more youthful, you have a lot of hair that surrounds your face. As we get older, we do lose some volume throughout the hair that can tend to age you if you're wearing your hair at a length that doesn't suit your thinning hair. So what I mean by that is if you're trying to wear your hair to your shoulders, but half of it's scraggly, you're doing yourself an injustice by making your face look older. So like I said, you can either add some extensions to it, or you can cut it to a really cute length, you know, like a soft bob, or, you know, something a little bit shorter around the jawline to really accentuate the thickness around your face. All right, hey Pam, so if you're sitting in my chair, I'm just gonna give you a few tips and tricks on what I would do just to give your hair a little bit more of a youthful look. First of all, I would probably suggest adding just a few highlights. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, just around the face, so you get a little bit of a brighter face frame, which is automatically gonna brighten up your entire face and your skin. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, like I said. Just kind of pop it in and add some extra highlighting to go with your natural color, with a little bit brighter pieces and a gloss, just to really give it that shine. Second of all, after I do the highlight, I would probably give you a side part. I see that you are rocking the middle part, but I do think some volume up on the top that a side part creates, as well with, you know, some of a side bang. Let me show you here. Is gonna automatically bring the eye to your beautiful cheekbones and really give the face some shape. As you can see, this is already doing so much for her face. It lifts the face. I call it almost like a little bit of a facelift, because with this, it's distracting the eye and drawing the eye to the middle of the face. And it really gives that kind of a lift right in the front. Next, what I would do is really layer that front down so that you're getting really good face framing pieces that give your face some shape instead of pulling your face down. As you can see, we're already giving her some shape. We're gonna show you how to blow that out. I'm also going to take some of the scraggly ends off here. You do not need these. This is automatically gonna give some lift and bounce to the hair as well, making your hair easier to smooth out with a round brush and the SRI Dry Q. Like I said, you don't need to take off a ton, but where the hair starts to get sparse, that's where you want to trim. Because why? The appearance of thick hair gives youth. So as you can see, her hair already looks a lot thicker. What I love to do as well is just a little bit of light layering through the top and through the sides, so that it's going to give you a lot of volume in the top of your hair, creating a much more youthful look. Anytime that we see really good volume, especially like when you're curling your hair, and it just looks so much nicer around the face. As you can see, her hair is already looking thicker and more youthful, just getting those scraggly ends out of there. So having the layering and taking off all of the dead hair is going to help with your blow drying and your blow drying time. So already we have a nice blank canvas to start with. And in your email, I know you had mentioned that you were having a hard time using the blow dryer and the attachments. I don't know quite why, but I'm going to demonstrate an easy way for you to really get this bang looking amazing. So what you want to do is you want to take your round brush in front of your bang, put it right up to the root, and then with your other hand, you're going to blow dry that cuticle straight down and really give it a nice twist as you're blow drying. Okay, you're blowing straight down. Then the next thing you want to do is take your hand and put the round brush behind the hair, and you want to blow dry again straight up, blowing that cuticle back. And do that a few times. Then as you're holding it to the side, you want to hit it with your cool shot just to lock in. And voila. Really youthful looking side swept bang. You can do that with the other side as well. Blow drying down. You want to kind of take it on the sides at an angle so everything's coming away from the face. The more you lift up, the more volume that you're creating. So when you're blow drying straight down, we're creating less elevation, in turn creating less volume. Take it straight from the root, take it straight up, you will be creating more volume. So depending on the style that you want, the elevation of the way you're blow drying matters. And then I'm just gonna go around the rest of the hair. You can section your hair off underneath, working on the bottom section first and then the top section, or whatever is easier for you to do. And I'm just gonna roll the back and the sides towards the front. It's just gonna give some really nice layering, really accentuate the cheekbones, the jawline, and the neck. As you can see, the mannequin is already looking more youthful, more stylish, just with the simple cut and the infrared technology sealing down the cuticle. For gray hair, I especially love to use a boar bristle brush. It really grabs onto the hair, especially those coarse, wiry hairs, and helps to really smooth. If you want to get some really good volume on the top, take a section in your mohawk area. You're going to stick the brush straight under and come straight up. This is going to create volume on the top and show off those new layers. Again, you want to hold it, blast it with the cool setting, and voila. Insta volume on the top. It may take some getting used to getting a feeling for the dryer and the brush, but once you have it down, it'll be like riding a bike. A little bit different on the mannequin hair, but you can get the point. As you can see, creating shape around the face is already making her look much more youthful, giving her face shape, adding volume into the top, and really accentuating her features. So my other favorite is the Style Q. This is infrared technology as well. This is just going to give you that little bit of extra smooth. If you don't feel like putting in the elbow work with your dryer, you can just give it a quick pass, smoothing the hair away from the face. This isn't going to damage your hair at all. For gray hair or for blonde hair, I like to say to use it around 360. And you can see it just really gives that really great smooth result in minimal time. This is something that you can do even if you just don't want to blow dry your hair and just let it air dry. You can do a few passes with the Style Q and it's going to remove that frizz and give the hair a much more youthful appearance. Just that simple, just even a couple passes, just running it through, and then you're going to have smooth, sleek hair all day. And so there you have it. Thanks for writing in, Pam. Just so you know, just with a few tweaks, you can have that hair looking youthful and frizz-free. I hope you guys found this helpful. Please make sure to comment, share, like, write us in if you guys have any comments or concerns with your own hair, and we'd love to do an episode on it. We're going to be doing about 12 more of these, so we hope you guys tune in and find them helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Again, I'm Beau Dieda, better known as Beausif on Instagram or OG Beausif on TikTok, so make sure you guys like and follow and stick around.